I'm gonna be talking about Odysseymaxxing today. We should all be Odysseymaxxing. We should all be Odysseymaxxing. What do I mean by this? Okay, first, he has his a kid with Penelope. Shit, and then he's like, yo, I gotta go off to war. I gotta help the boys out in Troy. I'm like one of the top generals of the Trojan War. Stop fucking playing. And, he's like, all right, I'll see y'all. I'll be back soon, honey. And, this is what we should all be doing with our girlfriends or significant other. Be like, yo, I got some shit to handle. If you're not okay with it, see ya. But Penelope was down. When I read this shit in freshman year of high school, fuck, man. It was ass. I'm not gonna lie. It was very ass. My English teacher had us, get up and act it. I literally had to act like one of the weird ass scenes out with this girl that I actually liked and had a crush on. And that shit made me super awkward. I'm not gonna lie, for the rest of the year. And I never approached her again after that. But yeah, other than that, yeah, fuck it. Go off to war, impregnate your wife. And then, come up with the most gangster plan imaginable. Yeah, let's just stick 15 strong-ass dudes in a wooden horse on the beach and pray to God that Troy accepts this. They accept this as, a gift. I don't know why they would, but, they were down with it. But they were in that fucking horse fair. It seemed like, 15, 20 days. They were barely, I don't know if y'all saw it, but when they obviously got out of the horse and were in the city, Odysseus was like limping. He was that weak. But you gotta persevere. If you have a plan like this, you just need to follow through. If you don't follow through, you're fucked, dude. You're fucked. All your boys are gonna fucking hate you. You're probably gonna lose the war. Whatever war, is correlating with you at that time. Obviously, you're not in the Trojan War right now. Okay, let's get that straight. You have first world problems, not Trojan War problems. But still, same mentality. Always believe, back your boys, and they'll pull through. They'll fucking pull through. Okay, let's talk about Eurylochus. I had to look it up how to say it. I low-key forgot. It's a complicated name, Eurylochus. You always need a Eurylochus by your side. I don't care. You could Eurylochus max. I would love to Eurylochus max. I think I am Eurylochus maxing all the time. I always look out for my boys. I always say, yo, if you're doing some crazy shit, calm down. Like, I believe in you, dude. I love you to death, kid. I love you to death. But sometimes I don't think we should sail to this island and get turned into pigs. You know what I mean? But that's just Eurylochus maxing. But sometimes if you're starving to death, you gotta go to the island. You gotta get tempted. Eurylochus was one of the only ones that be like, yeah, bro, this Trojan horse shit is gonna work. I believe in Odysseus. Why wouldn't I? He's our general. But, there's also times where he has to check Odysseus in the movie. A lot of times. This is where maybe he's like, fuck, maybe I'm dead. Like, maybe I'm actually dead. Maybe this guy is defying gods, and maybe the prophecy is true, and maybe I'm fucked. But even if he still believes, he goes to Hades with him, sacrifices 2 sheep, pours their blood in. All their dead comrades rise up from the sand. That was sick. That was so sick. I love this. And Odysseus is like, he gets told his prophecy and they can't be around. And Eurylochus later on the ship when, after the whirlpool, he's like, yo, bro, like what is what prophecy are you being told? Like, what are we cooked? And Odysseus is like, yeah, bro, like, not gonna lie. He said, you're all gonna die. With that being said, Eurylochus is still like, you know what? I'm here for the journey. I'm here for the ride. You always got to be like that with your boys. If there's fate happening, in your friend group, maybe this girl, right? You see fine shit, whatever, and you look up her IG, boom, your boy follows her. Fuck, you got our Eurylochus max. You got to be like, shit, this was fate, bro. I'm going to accept fate. I'm going to let him have that. You got a Eurylochus max in this sense. It's just simple. Eurylochus maxing is not the same as Odysseus maxing. Odysseus maxing, in this case, in this example that I just presented you would DM her. You would just be like, yo, I was destined to see this fine ass woman and approach her and, go through with it. But Eurylochus would, he'd just be like, all right, my bad, dude. You got that. So you gotta choose sometimes to Eurylochus max or Odysseymaxxing. You know, there's two sides of a coin. You could be a good guy or you could be a bad guy. It's simple as that. Odysseus, he was not a good guy, not the best guy. But he realized this at the end, finally, after however many years being lost at sea, after fucking over his own crew. Okay, what we will not be Odysseymaxxing in. Odysseymaxxing and Telemachus-maxxing, okay? Let's start with Antinous. Straight bitch. Straight up bitch. Bro, we are not gonna, first of all, let what? He was like, yo, sign on, please, bro. Please. I'm begging you. I'm higher status than you in this little small ass village. You need to take this. You need to take my spot. I know you. Like, I'll give you some money. Or whatever he did. Pussy, bro. Pussy. Oh my gosh. And the whole time, Sign On was like, yeah, this is whatever. I'll do it. I'm down. Let's sign on, Max. Let's be like, yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna do this. And you're gonna be here just eating a bunch of free food, undeserved, waiting to fuck Penelope, which never happens. That was my favorite part, when Penelope just, you know, always kept denying him because she's so loyal. But Antinous, bro, never again. I love Robert Pattinson, you know. A lot of people don't, because he plays roles like this. He plays them so good too. And it's like, you hate the guy. You honestly, genuinely hate him. Never Odysseymaxx, ever. Everybody will hate you. Everybody around you will hate you. You have the ego of like, yeah, I'm about to take over the throne. I'm gonna kill Telemachus secretly, but never goes through because he's pussy. And the final scenes when he's gotta go against Odysseus and he gets absolutely spanked. It was the most satisfying thing ever. That last final 20 minutes was pure cinema. Like, you knew, obviously I knew it was gonna happen. I read it, but it was just so rewarding to see. And so yeah, never do some shit like Antinous. Never just be a little rat. Never be, you know, somebody who everybody hates. He disrespected the poor. He disrespected the hungry. And also, while he doesn't have a job, what is he doing on the island? He's just chilling. Okay, maybe sometimes we can, Odysseymaxx, maybe we could just chill, drink some wine, eat some food, be unemployed sometimes. If you want to be a bum, sure. But if you want to get to the fucking bag like Odysseus, yeah, that's not the life. That's not the life you gotta, if you don't want to be Odysseus, you're gonna be Antinous, whatever the fuck his name is. And you're just gonna be a chud for the rest of your life. Okay, Telemachus, you know, great job, Tom Holland. It was a good role and stuff like that, but Telemachus is just such a, he's just mid, very mid to me. I wouldn't want a Telemachus-maxx. The one thing, obviously, he went to go and try to find his father, and he met up with his boys from the Trojan War, John Berthal, and he was like, you know, he gave him, let me tell you, or what is his line? Let me tell you something. I forget. But that was a good part of the story. I like that Telemachus arc. But other than that, he literally just got saved by his father. As a man, like, it's good to rely on your father, obviously when you're younger. But there comes to a point when there's a bunch of motherfuckers freeloading your mom. Even your mom knows it. Even Penelope was like, yo, you're actually a bitch. Penelope bitched him out at least 10 times in that movie. It was so funny. But Telemachus, bro. Telemachus. You have to do something. I'm sorry. It took you however many years to finally build up the courage and leave. Like, dude, you gotta do it now. You see your mom is in pain, struggling. Your dad is Odysseus. You've heard the stories, bro. He's the GOAT. You have the GOAT gene. It's like, let's compare this to real life again. LeBron. And then there's Bronny. And then there's Bryce. I think Telemachus is on the Bryce level. I'm not gonna lie. I love LeBron James, but I'm not trying to disrespect him or his sons. I love you, LeBron. But Telemachus is just not, you know, living up to his father's expectations. Like, when LeBron is obviously the GOAT of basketball. I don't care. Fuck you, MJ heads. Fuck you. When he's obviously the GOAT of basketball. When Odysseus is obviously the GOAT of the Greek world at the time. He's going to have an heir for the throne. King James. Odysseus, or King Odysseus, not really king, but you know what I mean. And then there comes Bronny, or Bryce, Telemachus in this case. Doesn't really, you know, G League player. G League, Summer League. Maybe he comes off the bench, scores like 10 points against whatever, the Phoenix Suns in the first round or some shit. That's all Telemachus is doing. He's not doing, because what? First of all, he had one job in the final scene. one job. I'm sorry I'm going all over the place. This is the video. This is my free thought. This is what I'm thinking. Whatever. The guy who is releasing all the weapons, whatever, for like everybody to fight against Odysseus in the final scene. Bro, it takes him like 10 times, 10, 5, whatever, tries to kill this guy. And he finally does. After the guy spilled 1,000 weapons into the bottom, whatever, the living quarters, the dining hall. And it's like, bro, that's a Bronny James performance. And then you have downstairs what's happening. LeBron James, Game 6, Heat, it's lights out. You know what I mean? It's lights out. So we gotta, obviously, LeBron James max. We obviously gotta Odysseus max. Cannot Telemachus max or Bronny max. I'm sorry. Or Bryce max. Don't even get me started on Bryce max. Okay, to finally wrap up this video, I wanted to talk about the ending. I wanted to talk about the end Odysseus maxing arc. You should always be aware of what you're doing in the present moment, how it'll affect the present, how it'll affect the future. Odysseus obviously is not, he hated what he was doing, but he had a genius plan. We cannot lie. Like, I gotta give him credit where credit's due. Greatest plan of all time. Like, just being in a fucking 30-foot horse with all your boys for days and, sneak into the city, fuck them all up, kill the whole entire city. But he realizes during the overtaking of the city, he sees the, Zendaya, who was playing a normal woman priestess at the time, get beheaded in front of him. That woman Athena took on the presence of that woman, because that's his guilty conscience. He always knew that she was always with him throughout the story. That is why. But he realizes, this is not good, guys. We just raped and pillaged a whole entire city. The biggest city. And we fucked Zeus's law. We fucked it. Zeus's law is no more. He realizes this. And all his boys are like, yeah, you did that. You fucking did that. Like, yeah, no, I did. Yeah, we just killed, half the population. But it's all good. It's all good, right, guys? We'll get home to our wives. No, it'll be another 10 years till you share a wife. In the final scenes with Penelope, he's saying how, or even before when he was still in the beggar form, he was just like, I broke Zeus's law. I pretty much made the sea people who come in and destroy Zeus's law, that destroy our household that has been going on for all these years, that I've been gone. After we won the Trojan War, all these people started disrespecting us, all because of me. And he realizes this. I keep saying realizes, but he does. And he feels bad. And sometimes you gotta feel bad. If you fuck up, you gotta own up. You gotta be accountable. Accountability. This is what Odysseus had in the ending. He had accountability. We cannot lie. I also wanted to talk about Calypso. Okay. A lot of these girls out here be Calypso maxing. Let's be honest. This new age, they be Calypso maxing, and I'm scared. I'd be scared. You never see your family anymore, but that's okay. Like, you have me type shit. You have me. No, get out of there ASAP. But she keeps giving you those lotus flowers. She keeps tempting you with those lotus flowers. And he starts realizing, like, yo, where's my crew? Did I have a family? I don't even know. Like, I swear I had a wife. I swear. Like, I fought in the Trojan War for 10 years. And then it took me another however many years to get back, because I was on this goddamn island for 6 years with this toxic ass woman. And he finally realizes it. And this is where you Odysseus max. All right. This is the final Odysseus max. All right. You got to realize that this is not good for you, mentally or physically. She's just giving you drugs, like the love drug. Here, stay. I love you so much. Bitch, we just met. Shut up. No, we don't. I have Penelope, who's loyal to me at home. I have a son. I got to get back. But at the end of the day, there will always be Calypso maxers. You can't fall into the trap of that, Some men do. Not gonna lie, I have maybe once, maybe twice. But it happens. Everybody goes through it. But you learn from this. Odysseus learns from this. He's like, I can't get back. But he also learns from Agamemnon, from Hades. He was like, hey, bro, my wife signed me out. Like, you think everybody's gonna be supporting you and all that when you come back after you won the Trojan War. After you came up with the plan to win the Trojan War, everybody's gonna love you, bro. I'm telling you. No, Agamemnon was like, bro, your wife has been waiting for over 10 years. You have never met your son. What do they think of you? You always got to be locked in. You got to be like, you got to stay on the edge. You got to hide yourself. Get in there. Become a beggar. He did it perfectly. Obviously, The one thing I wouldn't Odysseymaxx in is thinking you're above like everybody, you know? Be humble. Be humble. Like, fuck that. Nah, Odysseymaxx till you die, bro. All right. So yeah, obviously this is like a very sporadic video and all. I just wanted to start this YouTube channel instead of my letterbox because like nobody even follows that, and I really can't express what I think about movies and shows or whatnot in text. It's just like it always seems like stupid. I love letterbox though. If y'all want to follow me, let me know. I have 0 followers. I literally post into the void, which is probably what's gonna happen with this as well. But yeah, if y'all watch this video, I appreciate y'all. I'll have more if y'all like it. I'll probably just keep posting because this is just my little journal. All right, peace.